Stay at home.
Protect the NHS.
Save lives.
And
RTI. Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
keep talking.
Keep talking. Continue de parler. बात करते रहिए.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Don't keep it to yourself.
And if others want to talk to you, listen.
We can all get through this.
If we stay at home.
Protect the NHS.
Save lives. And
Keep ruddy well talking.
RTI.
1300 in Central Europe, that's 12 o'clock in the UK. This is Radio Relief for a Wednesday with me, Eric Wiltshire, and...
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Dave Rhodes.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm about to celebrate Penguin Awareness Day.
What?
It's Penguin Awareness Day.
Right.
It's also Butter Crunch Day.
Butter Crunch Day, right.
Cheese Lovers Day.
Oh, that's me.
And finally, brace yourself, it's Disc Jockey Day.
Yes! Yes! Yes, there's a day
So
for
we're
us.
going to celebrate by not playing any discs.
No, do you know what I could do? I found the other day
Oh,
a picture from the 1980s of me behind the decks.
I would pay money to see that.
No, I found it.
Actually, I'd pay money to see it and have a copy of it so I can
Throw you
annotate it in such a fashion that it so deserves.
Right, I will send you a copy.
Excellent.
I'm just sticking
Challenge accepted.
at a christening, and I've got a tie on.
What?
Yeah, I put a tie on because it was a christening.
You put a tie on?
Yeah.
Who'd you borrow it off?
I don't know, but it's not tied up. It's sort of like down a bit, you know? Not,
Yeah, you
not
went
proper.
for the typical fifth former at secondary school, didn't you? Look.
No, I was going for the sort of mid-'80s look with the Duran Durans of this world.
Oh, did you have your jacket sleeves rolled up in Crockett
No,
and
it was a
Tubbs
bit hot.
Miami Vice look?
Yes, sort of, but I would have started like that, but I think it was rather warm, and so I got rid of them all. Anyway, we've got to say hi to a few folks already who are already in the house and rocking. But before I do that, I've got a message from Charlie for you.
Charlie? Who's Charlie?
Well, Charlie was waiting for us to appear and says, I'm still
Is
waiting...
Charlie a boy or a girl?
A girl. She's definitely
it's
a girlie.
Girl Charlie. All
Yes,
right,
girl
okay.
Charlie. Spell I-E at the end.
Right, okay.
I'm still waiting for the two people I talked to, lol. The host, that'll be me then, and the guy that sounds like Hammond.
No. Well, the good news is I don't drive like him, so I guess that's good.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Well, I haven't crashed. Well, I've only crashed once, and then that was somebody else's.
Yes, and Charlie went off for a couple of minutes, and she's back now just to listen to you.
Good. Hello, Charlie.
Dear,
Oh, is she the one that's No Charlie No?
yes.
Hold on. I'm going to have to look at a screen on the other side of my desk. Wait on.
Oh, good. Keep talking. Yes, Paul.
Right, okay.
Indeed.
That's cool. That's
Steve-
definitely not a boy, Charlie.
No. Stephen Mills says, hello. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello.
Welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah, welcome to Wednesday. Where's Stephen? Stephen's in the UK.
Blimey. Really?
Yes, it's not Turkey
That's
for him.
remarkable. Not Turkey, then.
No. Steve says, more.
Morning, Steve.
Good afternoon,
Afternoon,
the
Steve.
Eric and Dave ranting show. Ian Gilligan. Good afternoon,
comment.
Ian. Good afternoon. Dave's forgotten how to do radio. Yeah, I know.
No, that's a lie. I never knew how to do it in the first place.
Because...
I can't forget how to do something I've never done.
Hi, guys. Hope you're both well. I'm having a large tuna bap, and I'm keeping it to myself, lol. That's okay. You can keep baps to yourself. I don't like them.
What's wrong with them?
They're all
lovely.
soft.
It's nice to have a soft
No, it's not.
bab.
No. No, it's insane. Bread should be crispy on the outside and soft in the middle.
Yeah, but baps are quite large. This is going so wrong in my head.
Yeah, I've got a picture in my head and I can't describe it.
Yes, they should be soft, but the small rolls should be crusty, as should French sticks.
Absolutely, but I like
Baguettes.
round, crusty rolls, not baps.
Right. I'm quite happy because you always get soft baps when you go to the fish and chip shop. That's what they have up here, so we can have bread rolls with fish and chips. Hello.
Yes, I'm just.
You still there?
Wait, what? Oh, I don't know. Every day is DJ Day from Steve. Hi, Axel. How's the tunes? What's up, RTI? Says Axel. Axel in the house. Good day, Eric and Dave, and all the RTI family, which is rather nice.
He's got it. I'm not saying what Charlie's put up. You can read that out.
No, I'll do that in a minute. I've got others. Charlie, hold on a minute. I can't keep up. Is that the Charlie on you now? Tell her to get over here. No, she's fine where she is. Absolutely fine. Dave sounds a little bit distant. Do you?
Do I? I'm always distant. How's that? I'll turn myself up a bit.
Yeah, turn yourself up a bit. That'd be good. Forgotten mic technique too.
Oh, here we go. Who's picking on us today?
Paul Rustling's picking on you. I think that's wonderful.
Dear.
He normally picks on me. So,
Hang on, I'll move my microphone, but it's on a creaky. Can you hear that? It's a creaky stand.
You've got a proper mic stand?
Yes,
That's the
it's
springs
well,
on
it's
it.
It's an angle poisey type thing, so it sort of comes over the top of my monitors, and I can talk into it.
Yeah, that's true. Axel's been rather busy.
Like yours.
Yes, I've got 3 of the little darling things in here. But I can't put the... No, I can't. I haven't got a camera going that way. Anyway, that's another story.
I've got lots of cameras here. It's a shame you can't figure out how to show any of them, isn't it?
I tried yesterday and it ate all the bandwidth, so I'll have another go later. Axel's been rather busy, so he hasn't had time to do the tune yet. Mitchell says, hello, everybody. Well, hello, Mitchell. That's very good of you. Marcus says, anybody heard the vaccination song by the Marsh Family? Yes. I think it's really cool. Apparently,
You need to find them and talk to them.
I think that's your job.
Who are they called? The Marsh Family?
Yeah, Marcus has put a link on from Kent Online, which reminds me, absolutely, here we go.
1, 2,
3. Wash your hands. It just takes 20 seconds. Wash your hands. It's for your own protection. No exceptions, no objections. You'll make such a nice impression. No infection if you only wash your hands. And you're done.
Absolutely. Charlie, can we put some names to this, please? She goes, hi, host. That's me then. Now, I'm Eric. You have to write this down. Make a note, Charlie. Eric with the C. And Hammond, I'm back to claim my show. That's Dave.
Yes, hello.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Dave.
too dangerous to unleash on YouTube. We're not on YouTube. Well, we are on YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
Yes, we are. We are. Now, what Steve's talking about is the Facebook crew. Rather
The
large.
Facebook crew are quite a mob
Yes.
who you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley, to be
No,
entirely
that's
honest.
very true. Steve wants to know if you finished washing your hands, Mitchell. Mitchell's brought it down to the normal level of the programme. I like big buns.
Right. Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah. Marcus reckons I'm sure they'd let you play it. I'm sure they would, but we have to ask first. We need to move on from washing your hands to get vaccinated. No. We need both. We need both. I've already messaged them about that, Marcus. Thank you. There is a key point for those that are not getting vaccinated in the first stages, because don't forget, in the UK, that ends up in September. So the other lot have got to keep washing their hands. Otherwise, it's the younger people that will then permutate the growth of the virus. And so it's a bit of a pain in the bum. The show is breaking up on me. Yes, Axel, I know what that is.
It's because we're too loud.
No, it's not that at all.
Okay.
It's just the connection. I was checking this earlier. The connection between the US and Europe is pretty rough. And I think that's probably due to your presidential thing going on at the moment. And everybody and their aunt is using the what's called TAC9, TAC9, which is the cable that goes between the UK and, was it TAC10 now? It could be. Between Europe and America. The satellite feeds will be okay, but our bandwidth goes via the undersea thing, which is rather good. We're getting cross-platform conversations now. Steve says,
dear,
hi Charlie. Hammond doesn't come on camera because he looks like a hamster. Ha 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 ha. Says the blind guy. And you wouldn't want to bump into Steve in the dark.
Steve and him in the dark.
No, I think not as well.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I've just put loads of caps on you now.
He's shouting at everybody now. How marvellous. Anyway, before we carry on, because it's DJ. No, not because it's DJ. That's a rubbish
DJ disc jockey day.
That's a rubbish connection. That wasn't even a DJ cliche link. That was horrible.
No. Oh, we do have unfinished business from Monday, by the way.
What's that?
All I'm going to say is there's a kite flying 132 metres in the sky near Dover, plugged into a radio. Why?
Nobody's answered today, have they?
No.
I bet they've all forgotten. Should I give them a chance to do that? We'll do the question again, Dave.
Yes. So there is a kite flying 132 metres in the sky near Dover. I'm assuming it's got a piece of some sort of electrical cable attached to it.
It need a bit of wire, otherwise it'll blow away at that height.
Which is plugged into a radio. Why? I'm assuming that this 132 metres is important.
I think you could be right. Hold on, let's have a look. No, we're all okay. I've just done a quick scan of the network here. Everything's perfect. Wait, what? Says Charlie. Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I think she's confused that my Instagram name is DJR Creative.
Steve reckons it's the VLF transmitter for the submarines. Nope.
Ian reckons pirate radio blocking.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, no, Charlie's confused by the kite. Well, welcome to the club, Charlie.
So, right,
I have
Charlie.
no idea what this is all about.
There's a group of guys they're camping, right? And they've got radio equipment in the tents, and flying above them at 132 metres in the sky is a kite. Why is the kite flying 132 metres up in the sky? That's the question. I will tell you the answer. It's not a trick question. It's actually physics.
Everybody can go away and think about it. We shall answer it later. There is further unfinished business.
Uh-oh, hang on a minute. Yes, Charlie was confused by the kites. I thought kites were extinct. No, Charlie.
The kite you fly on a bit of string when you're at the beach in the
one,
wind.
One of those sort of double triangular shaped things.
Well, you can get box kites and you can get all sorts of kites. I used to have a kite when I was a kid. It had a big butterfly on it. We used to go up the road and fly
actually,
to
to
the
describe
park.
this kite further, to ensure that it could be controlled, the cable was wound around, I don't know what you call it, the bit on a fishing rod where the string goes.
I don't do fishing.
Well, you know,
hang on. On the fishing pole, isn't it?
Thank
the
you,
shaft
Charlie.
that goes-
Thank you, Charlie. It's the reel. Thank you.
Oh, the reel. Oh,
The
right.
reel. Charlie's got it right. So anyway, on the pole, or whatever it was, the reel had the cable on it.
She's keeping it real.
This girl is on radio, you know, or if she isn't, she should be.
It's going terribly well, isn't it?
Mitchell says the RTI cappers come in really handy with all the rain in the UK. That's good. Pretty useful radiator for 472 kilohertz, which is an amateur band. Very clever, Mr. Rustling. Very clever.
No surprise that Mr. Rustling's got this, is it?
No.
Past previous experience.
Well, that's true. And so the whole idea was the fishing rod was actually had sort of like strong little chains on it to hold it down. You unwind the reel, and the kite would slowly go up. And of course, when it gets into the air pockets, it just goes woof, and off it goes. And that's what it was for. How long are we going to be live today? For the rest of the hour, says Dave. Hang on, you're replying to people on. No, you got it all wrong.
Right. Well, there's a surprise.
No, see, the idea is
What have I done wrong?
people write in,
Yes.
and then you reply on the radio.
Yeah, but people who may well have missed it and may well scroll through the messages and go, "Oh, I wonder how long it's on." We'll never know
Because they will. They will just have heard you.
Yeah, but everybody knows we're on for an hour between
No,
12 and
because
1.
Charlie just asked, "How long are we on for?"
Don't start. Don't start. Not today.
Okay.
It's disc jockey day.
Yeah, it was just joking.
And I'll send the penguins round.
Wouldn't the coaxial cable weigh the kite down? It would
Good
do
question.
if it was the wrong cable. You're quite right. But it was a test that we were replicating, and it was quite fun, actually. Paul says, never did kites. Balloons were far more stable. Yeah, but we couldn't do one of those. It would be against all the rules. But
Hang on,
anyway.
what do you mean balloons were far more stable? I rest my case with the Lost Laser 2.
Yeah, but we don't want to go there, do we? I suppose we can now. It doesn't matter.
We could do.
Is there a sort of statute of limitations in the UK?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Charlie said I was watching earlier, and there was a creepy person sneaking around outside that door with a vacuum cleaner.
It was you, wasn't it?
No, it was Martina. Actually, it wasn't a vacuum cleaner, but you're very close, Charlie. It was a mopping thing, because where we are, we have lots of snow at the moment, and when you walk in, even if you wipe your feet, our parquet flooring gets rather sort of dirty. And Martina and Vieca are terrible about things like that. The minute it happens, they clean the floor. I mean, no.
And just for the minutes of the meeting, Martina is Eric's wife.
Yes.
So I think you've just upset Eric's other half.
Moppy Martina. Yeah, she does, all the time.
Don't call her that.
Oops. Charlie said,
Sleeping
oh,
in the
sorry.
garden again.
Charlie says, oops, sorry. Hang on. 5 seconds ago, I was on Facebook. You were talking about a kite.
About a kite.
What?
That's how that's how this show works.
This is true. Statute of limits was 2 years for the Marine Offences Act. That's good. Coming through crystal clear here, says Mitchell. Yeah, I think it's Steve's thing. Anyway, you're going to get a couple of minutes of a phone call.
Can't we finish off the other business from Monday?
Oh, yeah, all right then.
The other business is regarding a journalist. Oh God, I've sworn.
You did, didn't you? Have you put £2 in the box?
Hold on, I'll do it now.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Right, yes, about one of those J words and a article in a newspaper that we mentioned on Monday. I'm not sure whether we should mention it again.
What, The Guardian?
That's the one. Regarding needy schools and digital angels, and you were waiting for a response from said journalist.
Never got one.
Hopeless.
They're not interested. Clearly not interested. They only want to put the negative stuff up, not interested in anything else. So we've come up with a solution. I can't tell you what it is yet, but I found a solution which encompasses the readership of, I think I'm right in saying, nearly every newspaper distribution or sales in one place, and I've got access to it.
Oh.
That's millions. Millions and millions and millions. So we will be doing some. I will actually tell you about this because it's a really amazing story, and we'll share as soon as we can. Any more?
No, it was just those two things regarding the Guardian and the kite in the sky over Dover.
Okay. So anyway, we'll get to this. This is just so funny. And a couple of people have said to me, how did you keep a straight face? Well, if you listen at sometimes, you can hear my tummy start to laugh, and I'm trying to control it. Because I had a phone call from Poland.
Ooh.
Now, I don't live there. how come this feed is working but Facebook isn't? Well, that's because of Facebook. And as Charlie says, Facebook is poop. Not my words. Charlie says Facebook is poop. And there are a few problems into Facebook at the minute. It actually, for a change, it's not their fault. It's just the interweb's very, very busy today. And I understand why. It's because of the inaugural thingy for the new president in America. And it just does sometimes impact that way. Whereas other networks, you connect to them in different ways. It's a long story, won't bore you. But just think of the interweb as a huge, great sausage around the world. And when you cook a sausage, you poke holes in it. And the internet's like that. You poke little holes in it, and out it comes. The trouble is, when too many people are eating the sausage, there's not enough bandwidth left.
You're the first person I've ever heard describe the internet as a sausage.
Well, it is a sausage.
What sort of analogy is that?
A rather large sausage one.
Even Charlie's confused.
Yeah,
the
I know.
internet is a sausage?
Yes.
I think he's lost his mind.
Actually, I don't know if any of you guys remember, but a while back, this was several years ago, we had unbelievable problems to get online. We found out what the problem was eventually, because we live very close to the internet backbone here. And it's unbelievable that sometimes your traffic goes one way on the interweb, sometimes it goes the other way. So think of it as east and west for a minute. It's not like that, but it's close. And, oh, thanks, Paul. Facebook is working fine in the UK. Okay. Could be you then, Steve. Uh-oh. And so anyway, all of a sudden our internet speed went down the toilet. It was terrible. And then we saw the news. Somebody had left the interweb cables uncovered in the Ukraine. So this rather clever woman said, I know what I'll do. I'll cut these cables and take them to the scrapyard and make myself some money.
Oh.
And she did.
Oh, that's not good.
And it chopped half the internet off. So all the traffic had to go one way until a few days later when they reconnected it again and it was all fine. But that was so funny. So Trump gets kicked out today. No, he doesn't get kicked out.
He should be leaving orderly.
Well, he won't leave orderly, but he is leaving today as opposed to being kicked out. Subtle difference. I'm not going to argue the semantics. So can I go back to Poland now?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, phone goes, I look at it and I'm thinking, do I answer this or not? And it's from Poland, and there's this gentleman talking. And it did take me a few seconds to switch my phone over because my phone also talks to my computer. Right. And it did take me a couple of seconds to click the recording software. But before anybody shouts at me, I did towards the end say I was recording it, and he says, that's okay. So he gave permission for me to record this, which means I can play it. And this is the saga of a scammer.
Find out the hackers from your computer, okay?
Right.
So now your personal computer is on?
Yes.
Yes, so what do you see, sir, on your computer screen?
I see my motorbike.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, now what do you see on your computer, sir? You just confirm me?
Yeah, my motorbike.
Okay. Sir, you just minimize all the page and come to your normal desktop.
That's on my desktop is a of my motorbike.
Okay. So now you look at the keyboard. You have a computer keyboard, correct?
Right.
Yeah, on the keyboard, left-hand side very down, you find there a Windows button. Did you find the Windows button?
Nothing that says Windows, no.
The 4-flag Windows button on the keyboard, left-hand side.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you need to press Windows button and letter R. R like Romeo. Both pressed together at the same time.
Yeah.
Now what come out in the screen?
A little white box.
Yes. On the right box, you write letter E. E like echo.
Hmm.
Then V. V like Victor.
Right.
Then again E. E like echo.
Yeah.
Then N. N like November.
Uh-huh.
Then T. T like Tokyo.
Right.
Then again V. V like Victor.
Right, but why am I doing this?
So I can show you the problems which actually we are talking about, okay?
No, because if I do that, what it will do is go using the CMD command. That will eventually give you access to my computer so you can hack it.
No, sir. I'm just showing you the problems.
No, listen to me.
Problem.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
If I do
Yeah,
that,
tell me.
if I do that, I'm going to start opening up ports so that you can hack my computer.
No. I don't hack your computer, sir. I just show you the hackers.
You'll show me the
Because
hack.
your computer, yes. Which hackers you are talking about, okay?
No. If you know the hackers, you could send me an email with a screen grab of the hackers in your office.
Yeah, that's a very good question. But what happens, sir? We can't able to send you the mail because the hackers already active inside your mail. So if I send you any mail, the hacker will understand what's going on inside in your computer.
So what mail address is it hacking?
Sir, your ID and your Gmail also will hacked by some internet hackers. Because when you go for internet and doing any kind of online activities, that point of time, sir, those hackers are active inside your computer. So that's why you're getting this call from the Microsoft Corporation.
You're not bad, but let me help you out. I am a technical journalist. I own
Oh, you're a technical journalist.
I own a radio station. I've been recording this call, and I'll be playing.
No problem.
And I will be playing it on the radio tomorrow. Secondly, my dear friends who work at Microsoft will love this call, and I will send it to them.
Okay, so thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, well, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Pardon? What a plonker!
Oh dear.
What a class 1 plonker.
Although I do need to pull you up on the fact that you called yourself a swear word.
I know. But I thought he would understand quicker if I said broadcaster. He wouldn't understand that, you see. You're quite right, Ian. Microsoft do not ring you up. I've only played that just because if you don't understand the techie stuff on it and you are listening wherever you are on the planet, please, when you get calls like that, just hang up. I only kept it on a bit of string just for the fun side of it. And as Charlie said, he is such a dum-dum. I agree. But no, I couldn't hang up because I just wanted to have the recording for the fun of it so I could play it out today. And if you do get a phone call from +49 with an Indian gentleman, you can just say no. Charlie, actually, I annoy them for as long as I can. I do that with salespeople, especially when they're trying to sell me bitcoins.
Oh, God, you get people trying to sell you bitcoins. That's scary.
Yeah, it's quite funny, actually. Mitchell says, well handled. Thank you, Mitchell. And going back to the the distance love affair between Charlie and Dave.
What?
Yes. There has been some more. There's been more developments. More
My
developments.
screen's gone off. It's come back now.
Apparently, you are Charlie's beastie.
Beastie or bestie?
Could be bestie. Oh, I
Bestie
see,
would-
like bestie friends. And apparently, Charlie is now following you on Instagram.
Oh dear.
Which I think is.
Poor person.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Steve. Tell them you've rung the CIA. That should make them go away quickly.
Yes.
What Charlie does is she says to them, I ask them what their favourite ice cream flavour is and stuff they really get mad telling me to hurry up. They are idiots, aren't they?
You can confuse them completely by when they start talking about various parts of your software. Tell them that you're running Windows 9.
Yeah, that confuses. That confuses.
That really, really floors them for a few minutes.
I think I had exactly the same bloke purporting to be from BT, says Marcus, telling me I had a virus on my line. Oh my God.
Hey? How do you have a virus on your line?
I don't know. They are numpties, aren't they? But they keep trying. And the trouble is, people, you should share this with everybody because there are still some wrinklies in the world which are not as computer literate as us. And they don't know. So if you've got friends or family around, tell them they are still doing it. This was recorded yesterday, and they are still doing this stuff. So tell all of your wrinkly mates, your mum and your dad, whatever, that if you get a call like that, tell them just to hang up. It's as simple as that. They might ring back a couple of times, but after that they give up.
And to be entirely honest, anybody who calls you unsolicited, i.e. you haven't asked them to call or you don't know them, they're probably ringing up to possibly con you anyway.
Well, that's true. And of course, the other thing is when you go to see the wrinklies, if the call's coming through on a smartphone, don't forget that you can block that number on the smartphone so they won't get hassled again. You do it for them. Charlie also says she can't see her windows. They've got curtains on them. Oh, dear. I love that. Sadly, a friend of mine who's blind got done a few years ago. I know. And it still keeps coming back, Steve. That's why we must share. I had a watchdog.
Are you going to put it up online?
Can do, yeah.
Thought. Why don't you stick it up on the radio Facebook group later so people can
Yeah, we
hear
can
it
do that.
and,
We'll put it up on Mixcloud. No, we can't put it on Mixcloud. It's too short. Actually, we could put the whole program up on Mixcloud. Then they'll accept it, and then we'll tell people where to listen. That'll be the easiest way out of that one.
You never know.
Well, today is going to be a long day for poor old Axel, our correspondent in the USA, as there are 100 battleships. Gee whiz.
What?
And 20,000 army. My goodness, there's guns everywhere in the US. Ooh.
Sounds like it's going to be a civil war, not an inauguration.
Apparently, Marcus had a researcher call him yesterday from BBC Watchdog, asking if I was prepared to be on the One Show segment, videoing myself via phone. Really?
That's a possibility because the Watchdog as a individual show doesn't exist anymore.
No,
'cause
it's part
now
of the One Show,
it's
isn't
now
it?
part of the One Show on a weekday evening.
Yes.
So it is a distinct possibility. I guess you just need to confirm that with whoever it is, Marcus, if you're not 100% certain.
No, and if you've got a number, tell me, and I'll ask my buddies, because don't forget where I used to work at one time. BBC Watchdog.
Yes.
As you can see on YouTube, because somebody put it there.
We all point and laugh when we see it, especially your haircut.
There's nothing wrong with my haircut. It was apt at the time.
Mullet in the 90s.
Hang on,
You were pretending to be Pat Sharp.
I think so. Yes, I was pretending to be Pat Sharp. Oh, Charlie's from Australia. I thought you were from the US. Sorry, Charlie. She says the USA are so weird. I get that because it doesn't make any sense. It sounds bona fide. Did you write into them then, Marcus? Because Marcus was Manchester number. That would be right. Was conversing about the sound issues on Sky Q. Ooh. I've heard about that.
I haven't had any problems with mine.
No, but I have.
What's the goss?
there are also YouTube channels dedicated to these scammers, says Steve. Well, I know. It's always been, do you know, this is the funny thing. Funny if it's the right word, I don't know. But years ago, and my dad was quite good at finding them because he was what they called a sub-postmaster. He ran the village post office. And when they started doing bulk mailing, the Royal Mail started doing it, so many of those letters were scammers. There was huge amounts of them, massive, absolutely huge. And so what my dad would do is if he saw what he believed to be a scammy type envelope, he would often go, if it was a wrinkly person it was going to, he would go to the wrinkly person, get them to open it, because obviously he couldn't, and sit with them and say, do you mind if you just read this to me? And they would say, okay. And they'd read it, and my dad would tell them, don't do anything, they're after your bank account details. And he would cure the problem for them.
It's very similar to these people that turn up on your doorstep as well.
Yeah.
Trying to sell you all manner of things, from driveways and gardens to patio windows and conservatories. They sort of just turn up and they prey on people's good nature. I mean, there are some people out there that are bona fide and are literally looking for work, but occasionally you get some that are
questionable
real problem people.
Yes.
By the way, Charlie, I'll have one as well. She's gone
Me
off
too.
to make a hot chocolate.
Oh, sorry, me three, because that would be Charlie, you and me 3.
Yes, so that's
Charlie's-
3 hot chocolates.
3 hot chocolates, please. Thank you very much. Shaken, not stirred. Marcus
Might be a
did
bit shaken
actually...
by the time he gets here.
Yeah, from Australia.
Mine's going to be definitely cold.
Yes, I think you could be right. Unless you...
Paul wants one as well.
Oh, my word. It's 4. I think you need to open a little cafe, Charlie. You can make a fortune.
Need a bigger kettle.
Yes. You can always buy one of those things that David Beckham used to keep things hot and cold.
What was that then?
A thermos flask.
Hang on, I'm confused. Why is David Beckham involved in this?
Well, because he put the coffee in the bottom and the Mars bar in the top and said, it's no problem, it keeps it hot and cold.
Oh, God. Charlie feels that all of a sudden terrorism has kicked off with us requesting hot chocolate.
No, Charlie, think money. Think money.
You can make a profit on this.
You can make a fortune. You could.
I mean, how much is a jar of hot chocolate?
Hang on, no, Dave,
And
you're
then think
doing,
how much you can-
Dave, you're doing it all wrong. Sorry.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Educate me, master.
the question is, how many pairs of new shoes would you like, Charlie? Charlie responds, a whole wardrobe full. Then you say, that's why you should start to make the chocolate.
And even better, she doesn't pay for the hot chocolate. Apparently, her grandma does.
Nice one.
So, win-win.
Yes. Double win. Your first investor in your company is your grandma, Charlie's grandma.
Yes, you can have a Nintendo Switch if you raise enough cash.
Yes. She's obviously a geeky girl, which is fine by us. Is absolutely fine by us.
That's good.
We don't worry about that at all. Where were we? Oh,
I'm not sure what has happened to Ian. I think he's hurt himself.
I think you could be right.
All I've got is...
Axel thinks the recording was as cool as hell, we rock. Now, but all you got to do now, Axel, is tell all the wrinklies around you when you go to work. If you've got some guy that doesn't understand computing and stuff like that, just tell them what you've heard, tell them the story, and then finalise it by saying, if you get a call like that, put the phone down. And if that happens, one person gets stopped from losing their money, then Dave and I will have done our job today.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go away knowing that we have succeeded in doing something good at least.
Well, stopping the scammer. Which reminds me, we've got to play this as well.
1, 2, 3. Wash your hands, your hands. It just takes 20 seconds. Wash your hands, your hands. It's for your own protection. No exceptions, no objections. You'll make such a nice protection, no infection if you only wash your hands. And you're done.
Don't forget.
Oh, no, there's hat issues going on now.
Now, what's going on then?
So Steve has pointed out to Charlie that if we send Charlie a hat,
Yes.
an RTI hat,
Yes.
then she has to take a photograph of her wearing it, and we'll put it up on the radio Facebook page. Now Charlie's confused, going, "Wait, who's sending me a hat, and why would I be on a website?" To explain.
Right, well, we have a rule, Charlie, and avoid opening links on text messages as well. Good point.
Yes.
Good point, Mitchell. We have a rule because we don't sell our baseball caps. We don't give them away to people who write in going, "Hello, I've been listening to your radio station and you played Madonna. Send me lots of free things," because we don't do that. Because I don't like that sort of stuff. And because actually, Charlie, if you include Charlie and your nickname on You Now, and we know where you live, so if anybody else tries to cheat, we'll
It's a bit
know.
harsh.
Yeah.
We know where you live.
We know where you live, mate. No, we don't, Charlie. Really, we just know which continent you're
We
on.
know whereabouts on the planet you are.
Yeah, you're in Rachel Land.
Yes.
Yes, in Rachel Land.
Come on Friday and you'll meet Rachel and Henry.
Yes.
Then it gets even more complicated.
I know it's very confusing. But if you send your name and address, now it will take a bit longer than normal because of the COVID restrictions over here. And you've got some in Australia as well on the incoming traffic. So it might take a little while. But if you email, are you ready? No, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write this down for Charlie right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Whoops, no, that's the wrong key. No, that's the wrong key as well.
How hard can this be?
Well, it can be all sorts of things.
So just so you're clear, Charlie, the baseball cap in question is white with the RTI logo on it, and you can see it being modelled. currently by
Embroidered,
Teddy
actually.
in the
Embroidered.
left-hand-
It's embroidered, don't you know?
I know it's embroidered. I've got one.
And yes.
Took me only two and a half, nearly 3 years of working for the station to get one, but
I haven't got one
yet.
myself.
Well, just nick the one off Teddy.
No, I couldn't do
Anyway.
that because he hit me.
Teddy is modelling the RTI baseball cap. So there you go. That's what this is all about, and it is
Right.
a beautiful hat as
Yes.
well. And if you happen to be in the UK and suffering from Storm Christoph, I think his name is, which is bringing lots and lots of water with him, apparently it's quite good for keeping your glasses clear.
That's true, because it's got a proper old-fashioned peak on it. Charlie, don't give any more of your information away on social media, darling, please. Just send the email into the address studio@rti.fm, and we'll, over a period of time, it will get to you. It really will get to you. And then we don't enforce it, but if you don't mind, you can send a picture of yourself back to studio@rti.fm that we'll put on the Facebook page. That's all. And if you don't want a picture taken, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. But we will send you, as our new Australian correspondent, an RTI baseball cap. There you go. It is done. Ian McGregor says, like, what do you like? I wonder what he likes.
Ian McGregor likes lots of things.
He might like fish and chips. No, actually, I know what he does like.
What's that?
Curry.
Oh, hello.
And everybody else. Oh, I've just been sent a message has just fallen in the door.
Was it a message or was it a cup of coffee? I didn't notice whether you'd got one to start with.
I've
I
got
just
a cup
happened
of
to look
coffee,
over and.
but I have to
see Martina
say
in there.
hello. And in fact, I'm going to go. Dobry den, Martia. Ako se máš, moja? Ako se máš? Ti dobry? No? No. And hello to Renata as well. And also, it's just Renata and
Oh, it
Martia.
was just a message because I've just seen Martina bring you the message on Facebook. Not with as much of a delay.
No, hang on, I could probably.
Like being on another planet or a time zone.
This is rather techie, or could be. Because if I do that,
Oh, God,
you
what
can
are you
now
doing?
see the message. I've just changed cameras on Facebook. So you can all read. It is hello to Lady Martia and hello to Renata. And.
Blimey. What's going on today?
I'm sorry. I've missed out Yanka. Yanka's there as well. And I'm going to be honest and say, Marty's a bit poorly at the minute, so everybody's around her trying to help her out. She's a wonderful lady, and so we'd like lots of love from around the world, and I'll read them out, no problem, from listeners around the world saying, get better, Martia.
Yes.
Get better, Martia. Dave can do that in a minute. But also with her today is Renata and Yanka. Yaquiem. Renata and Yanka, no chasing the doctors. Stop it.
That's just rude.
Stop it.
They're tired enough as it is.
Yes, stop it.
They don't need you harassing them.
No.
Running around the hospital.
And Marcia T. Dobry. No? Absolute. So we'd like to get a little bit of love for Marcia, who's in hospital at the moment. I won't tell you how old she is, but she's years old, and she's a lovely lady. Got a great sort of attitude to life. And, here we go. Thank you. Tarina's from the UK, and she says, get better, Marcia. That's Trina in the UK telling you to get better, Marcia. Behave. Get on with it. Yes, absolutely.
We need you to be better so you can listen from home.
Yes, indeed.
Because we don't want to upset people in the hospital by laughing at the utter shambles that this show is.
This shows what did you do there?
I just caught me glasses on my microphone. Sorry.
This is like Top Gear, where you're being handed random challenges. It is. I mean,
yes, but we haven't got a knackered old car to play with.
No, that's very true. We need more. We need more love for Marcia, please. We'll get loads of those, and I'll read them out towards the end of the show. So Renata and Yanka, stay there. We will read out some more messages for you in a mo. I've got an important message for expats in the country of Slovakia right now. They have to be tested, and if you don't test or test positive, whichever way you want to look at it, from Monday you can't go out. You really can't. You've just got to stay there, and that's your lot. Because, oh, hello. Why have I got that silly message at the bottom of my screen that I can't get rid of?
What silly message have you got at the bottom of your screen that you can't get rid of?
It says no one to mention.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Weird. Did you put an @ in something?
Possibly.
An @ symbol. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, that may be what the problem is.
He didn't understand. Ian Gilligan also says, get better, Martia. There you go. Love from everywhere right away around the world.
Trina's pointed out that you've got a trike, though, so we could use your trike for the Top Gear-esque challenges.
Oh.
Give you a radio transceiver, and we could send you off on little missions to go and get stuff. It'd be great fun.
Yeah.
You go down the road and get a coffee or something while we're on air, and we hear the transaction take place. It'd be epic.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to hear it if I was riding the motorbike. It's too noisy.
Okay, well, I'll work on this theory. There must be some way of doing it.
Well, let's put it this way. When my future son-in-law took it for a ride, a couple of years ago nearly, I knew exactly where he was at all times. I didn't need a GPS.
What, because you could hear it?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You and loudness and noise.
What?
Don't know.
What do you mean, me, loudness and noise?
Well, they all go together, don't they?
Well, yes, but I'm not that noisy. Although I was yesterday.
What did you do yesterday?
I transferred an old piece of equipment into the modern age of 2021.
Ooh.
And
so you've given life to an old bit of kit.
Yes, an old AM/FM radiogram, the small one, record deck in the top, the small sort of things, and I nailed an old smartphone to the back, created a little aux plug a bit quick, plugged it in.
Hold on.
What?
You nailed
Yes.
an old smartphone to the back of it. It's not going to work.
Ah, I see.
Not if you put a nail to it. It's going to break it.
Oh, apparently, Trina has the same knowledge of the trike. Our Simon had a bike like that. I could hear him coming home for lunch from work.
Well, at least you knew when to put it on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, who cares? The other day, I wrote a poem about what happened and what I was daydreaming that day.
Do we want to read it?
Dave will be reading it, not me.
You could read it? Yes. Well, it depends how long it is.
Well, that's
you can
true.
either throw it up on you now if it's not too long.
Yeah.
Or, but I guess email the previous. Oh, hang on.
What? I think you need to get that lot all in order, and then we'll go
Yes.
through them again.
Hold on.
Where
I might have to write this down on a piece of paper. 'cause
Okay.
It's too far away.
Teddy doesn't look very happy today in the studio, by the looks of him. No, he doesn't. He's very grumpy today.
He does look grumpy. I noticed that.
He really looks grumpy
He
today.
didn't look that grumpy until I said about stealing his hat.
Ah, that'll be what it is then. That'll be what it is. Another, I don't know who the Martina is. Another message, not a paper one. It's electronic. Ooh. Another Martina who is from Poprad said, no, I'm not going to do it in Slovak, so I'll make a mess of it. She says, hello, Martia, and hello, Renata and Yanka. Lady Martia, get better soon. That's nice. Yeah. That's true. That's very, very nice. More the merrier. Keep them coming in. Lots of greetings for Lady Martia, required today. I stuck a small radio in a VHS video cassette. Yeah, I know what you mean. But anyway, I nailed this radio, this little smartphone, to the back of the gramophone, and now it plays RTI. And I turned it up rather loud to test how good it was. No comment.
Right,
from Dave.
I think I can do the poem now. I've
Right.
rehearsed it in my head a couple of times, so apologies if I cock this up.
Yes.
Zebra socked Charlie on a beach that was sandy. Went on an adventure to a mountain of candy. She had to eat strawberries for 100 years until she found candy and cried happy tears.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
It's lovely.
Come on, Charlie, it's your turn to say. Give me something to say to March, who's in hospital. It's your turn, all the way from Australia. That's what you want.
Charlie wonders whether Teddy is a Trump supporter, and that's why Teddy looks upset today.
Oh, I don't think so. He's holding a Union Jack, so I suspect he's partially English. So that he wouldn't interfere with America at all, because that's America.
Yes.
And I always find it very difficult to understand why people actually involve themselves in other countries' business. They shouldn't. They shouldn't do it. No.
Well, no.
Stay
I mean,
away.
this was the thing, because if I remember rightly, when Mr. Trump arrived in his current job, which won't be very current for much longer because he's moving today, if I remember, there was demonstrations in the UK about him becoming the president, and I can't see why, really, because it's nothing to do with us.
No, exactly.
We didn't take part in the vote or election, so how can it be anything to do with us?
Yes.
Might not like what he's doing, but then that's the same with all politicians.
Good, correct. Hello, Renata, pay attention. Renata, calling Renata. This is from Charlie in Australia, and I'll do it slowly so you can translate to Mum. Get well soon, please. Now, bearing in mind, Charlie is in Australia. Lots of love, and I will swim there soon and give you cuddles. Oh, isn't that
There may be an
lovely?
issue with COVID regulations and
Yes.
borders.
It's
being closed.
actually hard to swim here, Charlie, because we're landlocked. We're in the
That
middle
could be
of...
another problem, yes.
For Axel, it's that time again. I've got to go. Love the show. RTI rocks, and have a good day today. And then
You too. Have a good day.
Yes, we will do.
I hope everything's all right over there.
Yes, indeed. So, Axel, just take it easy, man. The best way to stop scammers is by a phone with a call blocker. Mitchell replies, don't most modern phones have that option? Yes, they do, as I said in the little piece before that. But if you've got an older phone, I get your point, Ian. And if you have a further problem, I don't know if this is the case, that it can happen in your country, but I know if you're in the UK, you can phone up your service provider. They will trace the call, even though these spammers reckon they can't. They will often send the police there as well, and they will block your phone for you without any cost whatsoever. Charlie's got to go as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, we're here on Wednesday, Friday, and Mondays at this time. Well, between 12 and 1 in the UK, which I think is 11 and midnight in Australia, where Charlie is.
Yeah.
So she's probably going off to sleep.
I don't blame her, actually. No, wait, I don't. I thought you were saying bye. No, Charlie, we're not. We're not going. She thought we were going.
We're going in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can go to bed in 5 minutes, Charlie. It's okay. Trina thinks that Axel is off to work early and we're having something to do with the state visit that's been announced. No. He always has to go. He's actually a little bit late. He's going to have to rush to work. Hope the freeway is clear. It's 11:55 p.m. in Australia.
Oh, useful tip. This is what I use. I have an app on my Android phone called Truecaller, and when people ring, if it's a number I don't know, it searches its database and then comes up and tells you who it is.
Yes, that's very true.
Quite a lot of the times, it comes up and says scammer, and guess what? I don't bother answering it.
You just block it, don't you? Simple as that. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you've got, I don't know whether it's available on Apple, but Truecaller, it's all one word, is the app I use.
Yes, and it does work, Dave's absolutely right. And I think it's wise every now and again to remind people of how these nasty people work, and drive around in Ferraris and have posh houses. And we just have to remember these things, especially with COVID going on. Talking of which, I know Marty hasn't got COVID, but it's best wishes time again. Renata, time for more translation, Eric. Best wishes to Martia from Mitchell. Get better soon. Mitchell's in the north of the UK. We're back in it's interference. What? Sorry, Eric. Most of
You're referring to Trevor here. So Trevor says, sorry, Eric, most of the pirate radio stations were backed by America. So does that mean that it was their interference in what we were doing?
No. It wasn't illegal. There was nothing illegal about the ships out on the North Sea. It was illegal to service them from the UK and then Holland, because they did their own thing. But that was local law. On international law, the pirates were not illegal. They weren't pirates. They were just unauthorised in the UK. Tickety-boo wonderful. What could they do to Americans working on an international radio station in international waters? Nothing. Nothing they could do at all. So, no. Sorry. What do you reckon?
I just saw it as the Americans were putting some money in because they realised they could make a profit.
Well, that's what I thought.
It's a business.
It's all about the money, honey.
It's not a political thing by just setting up a business, is it?
No. Oh, stop. Now Charlie's Charlie, cold shower time. Go and have a cold shower, Charlie.
Have I been rechristened?
Well, no, she says, stop making me think about Johnny Depp, who, of course, was a pirate in many films. I see.
Arr.
Arr, arr, arr. Time for your cold shower. And it is actually time for us to leave you again until Friday, when we'll be back at the same time, same bat channel. And
hopefully different teeth for Eric.
Yes, probably not. What's Charlie doing? Oh. Charlie's going, okay, bah.
Bah.
Bah, Charlie. Bah,
if
Charlie.
you're in the UK, batten down the hatches. Apparently, it's going to be quite bad. I've just seen a weather report that said 20 to 30 centimetres of snow in northeast England. And bearing in mind that this country falls apart with about 4 flakes, that could be quite interesting. So,
Indeed so.
Yes. Stay in, stay safe, stay warm.
Yes. Night, just proving I was listening right through sometimes. That's from Paul. And another Paul says, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's wonderful. Quick plug, you got 15 seconds. Tomorrow.
I'm on the Dave Rhodes radio experience at 9 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. Central European time tomorrow night, Thursday. It's a music show, but there's lots of weird stuff, including an archive ad break.
See you. Bye.
See you. Bye.
1, 2, 3. Wash your hands, your hands. It just takes 20